Eastern Conference is so loaded at the top, but just imagine a situation where you've got Jason Tatum and Kevin Durant on that team with all the pieces they had this year, save for Jaylen Brown. They've added Malcolm Brogdon. They've added Danilo Gallinari. Would that clearly make the Celtics the team to beat in the East?
It would put them into discussion with anybody else. There are some outstanding teams in the East, so I'm not going to be disrespectful, but it automatically puts them as one of the favorites and one of the favorites in the East and one of the favorites to win it all. But he makes them, and if I'm Jaylen Brown,
yeah,
I got to be, it's a compliment. I don't look at it as an insult. This is Kevin Durant we're talking about, so I'm not going to look and say, you're turning your back on me. If you have an opportunity, that's any team, to get a Kevin Durant, you have to be on the phone.
Boston is among several teams that have been in regular contact with Brooklyn, I'm told. And, obviously, if you're the Boston Celtics, there's a couple factors here that make the Kevin Durant talks interesting. Number one, Boston potentially has the pieces to be competitive with anybody in the league in a Kevin Durant trade. And obviously, they're a team that believes they're close, that Kevin Durant could put them over the top. Obviously, they swept the Nets in their first-round playoff series last season, and of course, lost to the Golden State Warriors in the finals. But again, Jaylen Brown potentially, when you look at individual players that might be available to the Nets in the marketplace, he's at the very top, 25 years old, although there's only 2 years left on his contract. Of course, there's 4 years left on Durant's deal. And again, Boston's no closer right now than anybody else for a potential deal with the Nets. But certainly they're engaged, they're interested, and it's a conversation that's been ongoing as we head now into the fourth week, or as we're approaching the fourth week since Kevin Durant requested a trade from Brooklyn on June 30th.
Nets, I don't like it for them, because Brown's almost like a wingman to a big star. Okay. And let's assume that Kyrie eventually is going to leave too. Building you a team around Jaylen Brown, what does that get you if you're Sean Marks, the general manager of Brooklyn? I mean, you're going to win 40 games? And I'm not knocking Brown. He's a very good player. But he's not a guy that you're going to build a championship team around. Mm-hmm. So as a result, I think that doesn't make any sense for them. I'd rather go young player, draft picks, and all those things. And the draft picks from the Celtics doesn't mean anything, because they're going to be good, so the draft picks are going to be lousy first-round draft picks. Yeah. It's not like they're going to be the second or third pick in the draft. I still think that New Orleans is the best spot because of Ingram, who's better than Brown. But that's probably not going to happen because New Orleans doesn't want to sacrifice the money or sacrifice the age. But I am not a big believer that from a Nets perspective, that Jaylen Brown is going to help you go out there and win a championship.